Look who's back at it, causing all that static. Yes, it's the old fanatic. Tuesday, May 14th. How's everyone doing? How's everyone's weekend? Oh, we got so little to talk about, so much time. Wait a minute. Strike that. Reverse it. Let's get right into it. Um, I saw something it's gonna blow your mind, folks. In fact, it blew mine. So I mean, I think you're gonna appreciate it. I was flipping through the channels. I got a new application on my TV, my smart TV. It's funny, smart TV, smartphone, smart car, smart water for a bunch of dumbbells. I guess what it is, I guess. And I saw this show. I mean, this is, you can't make this up, folks. Called Love After Lockup. Now, the gist of the story is people like meet, like, I don't know how they do it, but they meet like on a web dating website or whatever. And they say they fall in love with a prisoner. I mean, I don't know if this show is a put on or like Storage Wars or not, something like that, porn stars. But what I saw of it was this one lady was interested in this guy who was married to two other women, didn't know if they were divorced, and beat up one of them and did some other stuff, drugs or whatever, let's call it drugs, which, you know, it's against the law, but I mean, okay, you fell in love with somebody that was involved with drugs, but he assaulted his girlfriend, whatever, I don't know, or wife, ex-wife, and this is the best guy you could find. I mean, like I said, if you really want to find somebody, you can find somebody. If you want to be alone, be alone. I mean, if you're content, but if you really want to find somebody, you can find somebody. I mean, and the one younger, like in her 30s, some older guy, like 62, 63, with a lot of scratchola, fake toupee. They were corresponding. Oh, I love you. She loves this guy. Come on. She sees this getting out of jail. She probably ain't gonna be able to find a job. She wasn't bad looking either. I mean, she did. She got short hair from being in prison. Got a little chubbier, but she wasn't bad looking. But again, he corresponded. He's got the. I don't know, man. At first, I was shocked when I found it, saw it, whatever you want, however you want to word it. And then I was laughing. I don't know. I might watch it again. I might watch, another episode. But I mean, if you want a couple laughs, if you're down, or you're like, oh my God, there's somebody for everybody. There's a lid for every pot. I mean, if you're not new to the channel, you've heard it before. You know where I'm coming from. And speaking of that, if you are new, like, subscribe, tell a friend, you know, tell an enemy. Say, yo, on this nut job fanatic, this guy, he's got a lot of opinions, a lot of vices. I mean, take it for what it's worth. Therapy. Everybody wants to be labeled. Everybody wants therapy. Love after lockup. Oh, boy. Another thing crossed the old Fanatics path. I was flipping through YouTube, and there's a Rockville, like heavy metal, pop, hard rock festival in Daytona Beach. Now that's funny, folks. When you're sitting home, you flip through the YouTube, you see, oh, let me check it. You click on whoever filmed it, and he didn't film the whole thing. Obviously, he showed you the grounds, and there's an introduction. But then you see the bands: Mudvayne, Orgy, Spite, or something like that. Shadow Falls, Anthrax, Insane Clown Posse, Motley Crue, Judas Priest, and there's a couple others I can't remember the names. They show you like clips, and you're sitting here, middle-aged guy, and you're a better singer than everybody on the bill, except for Rob Halford, of course. And I'm gonna give Joey Belladonna from Anthrax the nod, and the rest of them are yellers, screamers, or they're horrible, or they're or Vince Neil skips over words and might have been okay in his prime, but not now. And you're better than them. It's sad. It makes it makes me want to. And not only that, they're not that good of singers. You're better front man. I mean, but that's not saying much, because let's be honest, the people who were better and when I better frontman showman than me when I was doing it. Roth, of course, Steven Tyler. I gotta give him his due. Coverdale maybe in his prime, maybe Sebastian Bach, but the list is not too long, folks. And a lot of those guys were fucking ugly, and so obviously I'm better looking, but it just goes to show you, you gotta be at the right place at the right time. It's sad, really. I mean, they really, to me, they stink, but whatever. You gotta tip the hat to Halford and the guy from Anthrax, but Insane Clown Posse, Mudvayne, they stink. It's depressing, and let's try to turn it around and get out of the depression. Again, you can laugh at my pain. You can be like, if you know me, like, you know what? Yeah, you probably had a shot and you blew it. Okay. Enough. Let's, like I said, let's Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes. Checked it out, folks. Well, I'll tell you this. I did enjoy it. Little couple slow parts, but they're building. It's building. Again, I enjoyed it. I liked all the 8 movies. In fact, the rest of the video is going to be me ranking them, because I see a lot of people clicking on getting likes and views. So I'm going to do that on this video, along with the front rant or whatever, if anything else pops in my head. And then I'll let you go, and we'll reconvene on Thursday. Planet of the Apes, there's 10 of them. So I'm going to go from the bottom, because the bottoms I'm not going to talk about that much. I'm going to give you a little synopsis, brief, opinion. Bottom one, Escape from the Planet of the Apes. And what I noticed, a lot of people like this movie when they go, it's the third one of the original 5. The Cornelius and his wife Zira come from the Planet of the Apes in the future, come back to this world in the 70s, 60s, whatever. I can't remember exactly. It's boring. It's corny. And at the end, it gets a little bit, but it's not. It's just, to me, it's too corny, my opinion. Second one will be Battle for the Planet of the Apes, which was the 5th one of the original 5. Again, the story's okay. The sets aren't, like they were saying, the sets look cheap. Yeah, they do. It looks like low budget, but the stories, it's okay. If you're gonna watch them, you watch all of them. You probably won't. If you're not a big ape fan like me, you probably won't watch it again. But that's number 9. Number 8, Mark Wahlberg, Tim Burton remake. Some of the stuff on there is all right. I'm not gonna say it's terrible. I mean, I went to the movies to see those all gung ho. I bought it. Like I said, me and the missus got tapes and CDs coming out of it. But it's enjoyable for what it is. I mean, it doesn't compare to the rest of them. So that's number 8. Number 7. This is where we start to get tough. I'm gonna tell you, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. And I enjoy this one, but it's, you got to put them somewhere. The Caesar, this fourth one of the original 5, the Caesar, the baby chimp of Zira and Cornelius, can talk. And he's with the circus guy, Mr. Rourke from Fantasy Island, Ricardo Montalban, I believe. And he hides him, and he yells out because a soldier or guard or assaults an ape, because the apes are like slave servants, whatever you want to call it. Watch the movie and you'll know. Yells, and he says, "Oh, that wasn't him, it was me." And at the time, I really liked it, but like I said, you gotta put it, and that's dark. That's a dark one. Conquest at 7. 6. This is gonna kill me. This is gonna kill me because I really like this movie. Beneath the Planet of the Apes. A lot of people, this is like 9th or 10th on their list. It's the second one of the original 5. I like this movie. It is kind of repetitive to number 1, the original, the OG. But then they go underneath, and the humans are mutated from that fallout from the bomb, the radiation of nuclear, whatever. And they're against the apes, and I enjoyed it. I mean, I don't know why people don't like it. I mean, I think it's a good movie. Of course, it's not the original, but then we're going to come into the new 4. And I'm going to sadly say Rise is the next one on the list. The first installment for the new episode, the new trilogy from 2011, I believe. It's good, but it's kind of, the story, the build-up. You need the story, but maybe it's too much of the story of them growing up. They could have shortened it a little, in my opinion. And it's still a good movie. I love it. I mean, I watched it. I own it. A little slow. I love James Franco. It's a good movie. But you got to put him somewhere. Then I will put the new one just above it slightly, and maybe because I just saw it, but again, it's a good movie, a little bit slow. It's another build up, another start, a little more action, a little more, excitement. I mean, the lead ape's not as good as Caesar, but come on, that's like saying, is anybody, what the human side going to be better than Charlton Heston? No. So we'll put Kingdom there. Then we get tough. Gonna have to go with War. The end of the trilogy with Caesar. I'm not gonna give you the spoiler, but the end of the trilogy. When I first saw it, I liked it, but I didn't like Woody Harrelson. I didn't like the way he acted as the Colonel, and I didn't like the bad ape voiced by Steve Zahn, who I do enjoy. I do like. The Bad Ape was kind of, but then I watched it a couple more times, and it's, it's a good little levity and of tension and the doom and gloom and the violence. The Colonel's all right. I mean, a lot of people said, "Oh, you really liked them," and you get the gist of what the apes are stronger, they're bigger, they're tougher, and if they're just as smart or smarter, we got no chance without the weapons. So you get it, what he's fighting for, but watch the movie and then, comment, let me know what you think. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes, and this is splitting hairs here, folks. Dawn of the Planet of the Apes is a really, really good movie. I mean, I guess you would have to watch Rise or just go on and review how Caesar got the drugs from to cure Alzheimer's or dementia from James Franco was given to his father and gave some to Caesar, and then Caesar threw some into the ape sanctuary. But again, I don't want to give you everything, but you got a synopsis of that one if you don't want to watch it. Dawn, from start to finish, is action, suspense, twist. If you don't like Dawn, or you don't like the next one, the number one Planet of the Apes movie, then you're not gonna like them. But the original one, you can't top the original one. I know people say it's dated. It's the original one. Without that, there's none of the others. The original one is the tops. Charlton Heston, Cornelius, Dr. Zaius. It's not General Ursus or Urkel, but the main general that helps Zaius. Good movie. Planet of the Apes. One of the most traumatic endings. There's not much else to say, folks. Planet of the Apes. Check them out. Sci-fi, action. You're going to like it. Good movie's a good movie. Watch the original one or watch Dawn. And if you enjoy them, then just binge them. Enjoy, rain on the weekends or whatever. You don't feel like doing nothing. They're all on Disney. Or you can find them. You'll find them on the streaming service, but they're all on Disney. Except the new one. But, 50 years, man. 55 years, I think. Can't beat them, man. The Apes. The last two, if you do watch them, you're probably not going to watch them again. But you watch them for yourself. All right, we'll wrap this baby up. We'll, put a bow on it. If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, every day would be Christmas. The Fanatic, ready for the rest of the weekend, ready for hump day, ready for the rest of the weekend. See, you got me going here, folks. Had a decent weekend, saw the Apes, Mother's Day, again, belated happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. You know who you are. God bless you, Someone had to do it. Okay, folks. Please always remember, never forget opinions, except for this guy's, are like. Enjoy the rest of your week. See you Thursday.